while Ray's stories were fascinating, we've tried to map them into a much unkinder, much more ruthless and a darker world.
There is a absurd quality to it in a good way, and the challenge was to see how to make the absurd sound real.
The world of Ipsith is firmly set in Mumbai. It's set in the fast, cutthroat, ruthless corporate world of Mumbai, and how in that mad race people can overlook small little things like conscience, like values, like ethics, and how that it can spectacularly backfire.
There he is, my man.
What is the most important thing in the corporate structure of Bombay or Bangalore, all these big cities? Your mind is the most important. What if you lose something? What if you don't remember one little incident?
I'm forgetting numbers, people. I'm forgetting people.
Behrupiya captures the multifaceted and the multi-layered and the not so apparent, if I may say, underbelly of Kolkata.
What we are today, we all are masked, right? What if we can't take off that mask after a certain point? So the approach to that was, let's make something which is like a modern day dark fairy tale.
It is a story of the apparent and the not so apparent, which sometimes comes out, sometimes doesn't, sometimes can lead to very, very dark, dangerous outcomes.
बस ये रोज रोज जलील होना, ये तड़पना वगैरह सब बंद, बहुत हो गया.
Very simple story. Two men meets in a train. One man thinks that, hey, I know this other guy. The other man also thinks I know this other guy.
गलत फहमी हुई है, शादाब नहीं, हमारे खानदान में कोई शादाब नहीं है.
Think about Hungama, what it talks about. I mean, it plays off as a comedy. But what it talks about is a pet subject of mine. It talks about redemption. It talks about redeeming yourself. It talks about saving yourself.
इंसान जो सरल नहीं होता है, जो इंसान के अंदर एक शैतान होता है, उसके साथ इंट्रोडक्शन है कि उसको आप कैसे टेम कर सकते हैं, उसको कैसे आप पालतू बना सकते हैं, उसका ये आईना है.
So we set this in like a hotel and created the conflict around this actor who is young, he has a fan following, he has seen a lot of success. But then what happens is there is this god woman who comes in and she gets preference.
Sir, you have been shifted to Sweet Gulab Mahal.
What? Why? किसको दिए?
दीदी को sir.
And obviously after that, his fragile ego kind of takes a tumble, and from there on it is like a downward spiral for him.
One thing we changed was that it was an age-old star in original Satyajit Ray's story. Here we thought that it doesn't need to be an age-old star anymore. It can be, anyone who is a celebrity or thinks he's a celebrity. So we have a more younger star. The stakes are much more higher. For him, he's in fact a little tired of the spotlight, because that's what also we are all complaining about, that there is too much attention. But what if the attention goes away from you? How do you react to it?
Got it.
If you see all these stories, there is one common thread. You will have a man who is a great man, and then Ray would make him fall from his status of a great person. So you will take a gentleman, and then by the end, he's not very gentle anymore.
बंदा सेट है, उसकी लाइफ कैलकुलेटेड है, एंड नॉट टू द पॉइंट ऑफ मंडेन, बट टू द पॉइंट ऑफ परफेक्शन. There are some people who walk into the room और वो बस they almost command attention. They own it.
What if you have done small act of evil to people on your daily life? Then what if those people come together and those people just take one stand on one small lie? How can that affect your life?
Maggie just wanted to teach Ipsit a harmless lesson that listen, what you did was not cool.
So what happens when an underdog cannot take it anymore? And suddenly, when the underdog realizes that he has the power, he has the power to do anything actually. So much so that he starts developing a God complex. And that is what happens to Indrashish. The Baba is a man of God. And he also has the God complex. So he says, okay, let's see whether I can beat God at his own game.
ख़वातीनो हज़रात, आज के भोपाल से दिल्ली तक के इस मुबारक सफ़र में मैं मुसाफिर अली आप सबका इस्तकबाल करता हूँ.
Musafir is a guy who, there is this air he has of being affable, very personable, very kind. But actually, he's a guy who is completely drunk in his success. And then comes this gentleman who comes into the compartment, and as the truth dawns upon him a few minutes later, that I am this guy's criminal. All the fame, the success, wealth, everything's going to go down the drain and I'm finished.
This story kind of focuses more on this young actor that's going through existential crisis in a way where he feels that he's got a lot to offer as an artist and as a performer, but everybody is kind of just obsessed with this look.
He kind of had these two interesting characters of Vic and Divya Devi, who in the beginning look like opposites, but then in the end, it's almost like, they complement each other. Probably, they are each other, but in different circumstances.
It's going to have multiple interpretations, and people that like it will go back to it. It's kind of like decoding and like cracking a puzzle.
I think Ray comes from a very unabashed place of just telling stories. I think these are just really beautiful piece of story coming alive in front of you.